this session is organized in honor of Plastic Free July. And I hope we all learn new things and have actionable takeaways from this. And Heal Cycle, which is one of the organizers, is a reproductive and mental health app. So if you or anyone else in your life struggles with any hormonal mental health condition, our focus currently is on PMS, PMDD, and also PCOS. So if you or someone you know has struggled with that, you can look it up. It's called Heal Cycle, and it's on iOS and Android. And we also have a community and organize regular events like this one, which you can join for free. So our speaker, the guest for today, is Malvika. She's a registered dietitian and has dealt with complex cases with chronic conditions, including diabetes, hormonal health, and has extensive experience in this field. And Malvika, I'll hand it over to you to kick things off.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ananya. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Heal Cycle, for giving me the opportunity to talk on something even I am working on. I am not a person living plastic free. It is really difficult to live plastic free in the times when we are all just like, an app away. So upbeat 10 minutes back, I did not have milk at home and I just did a Blinkit and मेरे घर पे milk का packet आ गया. But then thankfully Blinkit is using paper envelopes but then not all apps use. So with the life becoming easy, it's very difficult to live plastic free, but I am making conscious efforts to make to reduce my plastic usage, because I was also not someone who was into plastic free living, being in a healthcare sector, especially post COVID, when we have to use N95 masks which are plastic made, and there was nothing else which could replace N95 when you are working in the fields, looking patients with mucormycosis, with diabetes, with COVID. The PPE kit that we were wearing was plastic and everything. But then I started reading. One of my best friends, Mansi Shah, she lives plastic free. She is an environment consultant. She's not bought a single cloth. She's not bought a cloth, a dress, or a top or a pant in last 6 years. She borrows clothes from people who a lot of us wear a top 2 to 3 times and then it's kept in our wardrobe. But she tries to take it from their friends, from her family, and then she wears those, and she doesn't buy clothes. She's using menstrual cup instead of pads, and also she has actually made a few of our friends together to make conscious changes. And I do keep doing conscious changes, especially in July. I make sure that I reduce one of the things that from my overall day-to-day life, which helps me lead a better life and actually help save environment. Plastic is not just about environment now. Yeah, now we are listening to a lot of things that fishes. I recently went to Sydney, and Sydney there is this big aquarium where there is just one spot there. It says that the dolphins, the whales, and the whales in the oceans have a lot of plastic in their gut and everything. But it's not just about the fishes or the marine life or the animals or the cows. It's us. Okay, the plastic that we are the plastic that we are using, the plastic that is there in our takeaway containers, the plastic that is there in our makeup, the plastic that is there in our use and throw bottles, is all adding up into our body. Recent studies have shown that plastic is being seen in the brain. Microplastic, there are less than 5 mm in size. It's very difficult to see through our naked eyes or even microscope. You require very different kind of lens to see the microplastics, but then these microplastics are working as hormone disruptors, especially estrogen, which plays a very important role in a woman's life. It's estrogen because of which we actually have it's estrogen which because of which we have periods, because of which we start with puberty, then periods, then fertility, then perimenopause and menopause. These are the phases that women go through, and microplastics are mimicking estrogen, because of which, our body is not like, our body is uh, not making a lot of estrogen, because of which we are seeing so many problems. One of those. Secondly, microplastics are being seen in breast milk. Microplastics are being seen in ovaries, because of which infertility is increasing. As I said, they are hormonal disrupt. Microplastics are hormonal disruptors. They are create. This is the reason. You know, hormone disrupt हो रहा है. That is the reason you see so many cases of PCOS. Every third person I see has PCOS. PCOS is not just like cyst being shown in the ovaries. It has to do with imbalanced hormones. Three hormones that play a very important role in our body is insulin, second is estrogen, and third is progesterone. Microplastics are disrupting these three hormones. And this is not what I am saying because I have a friend who is an environmentalist or something like that. It is out there. There are signs, there are recent studies. There was in a dietetics group, there was an article from a newspaper, which I usually don't trust, but they are saying the caps of the glass bottle also has microplastics. So now even the glass bottles have a problem. How are we going to drink water from? Thankfully, I use copper bottles, but I use bottles made out of clay that you get in India. But things are becoming really difficult. So we really need to take small actions. I know everybody whom I listen to, I talk to, they say the damage has been done. It's not going to be like, if one person does it, the next person is going to use a take away bottle or the take away coffee cup. Yes, let them do, but for your own health you have to say no to plastics, because plastics are not just hormone disruptors. They are the cause of cancer as well. I don't have a presentation. I will take 10 to 15 minutes to talk about this. Then we are going to talk about how the 10 simple things for you to start uh, on this plastic free journey, which are very easy to do. And then we'll do a question and answers and interact furthermore, because presentations usually don't let me interact, and I really like to interact. And this is something I really want to put a seed into your mind, so that that grows into a big tree. And today, what you're listening to me, you start doing, and you make people do furthermore. Okay, it's not just about uh, putting trees, growing trees, but it is taking care of your own health. Today, I know, especially in India, things are becoming so difficult. Life is so unpredictable. You are planning to go on a vacation, you're in the flight, and then the flight just crashes away. You have already gone to a vacation, a terrorist attack. There are so many road accidents happening, but dying because of some or the other health condition, which could not have been a condition in a first place. The things that are the things are which the things the problems that are avoidable, the problems that are preventable, are really go a long way. So please take good care of yourself and start doing small things that you can do. Plastics are disrupting us completely. In a recent year, scientific research has uncovered startling evidences about pervasiveness of microplastics. Plastics are there. They, as I said, they mimic estrogen. BP and phthalates bind to estrogen receptors, disturbing menstrual cycle, fertility, and puberty onset. They create Microplastics are creating thyroid interferences. They do not let thyroid gland work really well, and they are disrupting iodine uptake. and therefore their metabolism is being a problem, and thyroid creates a lot of problem with metabolism. Thyroid is one of those uh, gland which creates thyroid stimulating hormone. It creates FT4, FT3, which helps you with your overall energy. If someone is suffering from hypothyroidism, you will see he is always a little sluggish, a little lethargic, because his thyroid gland is underactive, and microplastics are actually interfering in your thyroid functioning. Insulin signaling alteration also happens because of microplastics. Some plastics promote insulin resistance and obesity. After gene expression in reproductive and metabolic issues, there are epigenetic changes as well due to microplastics. These are some of the studies, like, as I was talking, recent study in 2025, microplastics are detected in ovarian follicular fluid of 14 to 18 women undergoing IVF. Particles included a lot of infertility is not only because of microplastics. Don't take me wrong, there are various reasons because of which infertility happens, and IVF are on the boom. And I don't have a problem with the procedure. If you really want to be a mother, IVF is God's gift for you. But even after IVF, people are not able to have successful pregnancies or successful deliveries because of microplastics. One of the reasons is microplastics. There are other comorbidities, right? I know IVF procedures are into hormone injections, and then they create a lot of problems. But microplastics are being seen in the fluid, ovarian follicular fluid, because of which IVF pregnancies end up in miscarriages. Secondly, as I said, maternal exposure and placental, in 2024, environmental safety and ecotoxicology studies it was found that microplastics were present in maternal blood, fetal blood, placenta, and umbilical cord across 12 C-section deliveries. I usually don't take up those studies which have very less number of sample size, but this is something to really ponder upon. Umbilical cord, which is actually there are preservations happening where umbilical cord is kept in a lab, which helps you. It has stem cells, it has immunity, and it is being preserved in various labs. Stem cell and various other labs are there which save your umbilical cord, so that later when you require stem cells for for curing cancer or any other, there are some 150 diseases that you can save yourself from the cells that can be actually extracted from the umbilical cord. That umbilical cord, which is actually thought is really your savior in further genital conditions, has microplastics. So these microplastics, the cells that which we thought will help us later in our genetic conditions, have microplastics. Just think what will happen if those cells are being transplanted to you to save you further. How are you going to be saved? These microplastics then later might mimic any other hormones, like we talked about estrogen. It might create a problem later. So it's really see, some things are undoable, like some plastic things you cannot deny, but some things, like, I am not telling you to switch to menstrual cup from tomorrow, but then you can actually take your own mug and avoid the cup in your cafeteria, the coffee mug that you use at the cafeteria. You can carry your own water bottle wherever you go. You can say no to the ketchup packets that you get at the cafe, which usually go waste, because they have that ketchup bottles as well. I usually do at McDonald's, at KFC's. I tell them, please don't give me this small packet. Rather, please let me just pour a little ketchup in my plate from the bottle that you have. Uh, I take my own small, steel spoon and fork whenever I eat at the thelas. Like, if I am one of those people who love pani puri. I am very, very, very fond of pani puri. But whenever I go to eat pani puri, if they don't have steel plates, I usually take out my own small bowl. I have this small, a small container which can actually convert into a mug as into a small cup as well as a bowl. And I sometimes, if I want to drink a cup of tea at the tapri, or if I want to eat a pani puri, I use that. So, and then I come home and wash it. So I take my own spoons, straws. The straws that we get for drinking juices, the shake, the coconut water, has the highest amount of plastic, and we use it, like, when I was a child, when I was a little kid, I used to go to this juice place in Nagpur, where I am actually born and brought. Now I'm in Mumbai, but from Nagpur, I used to go to this juice place, and I used to take 7 8 straws, and then I used to join them together and play some of the other things, like I will say from this side of the straw and you listen from that side of the straw. And bachpan mein I've done so much of plastic use, so much wastage of plastic, but then I realized that these all are so harmful for us. And now I have a steel straw with me, and then I have a cleaner also. I clean the straw with a small straw cleaner uh, that I use. Thirdly, I use this. I have a coffee, that also, tumbler also. Like, I am a coffee person, so I usually drink coffee on the go. Blue Toka in Mumbai is one of my favorite cafes, and if I see it somewhere and I'm very tired, I usually take away coffees. But then, thankfully, to these cafes, if you take your own tumbler, you get discount, as well as they put coffee in your tumblers, so you can actually save yourself from the takeaway cups that you use. Thirdly, tea bags. The dip tea we usually use for usually, I like this chamomile tea, and it used to come. It has two ways. They have tea bags, as well as they have loose leaves. So I have a small channi jaisa a small strainer. I ordered loose tea leaves. I put in my strainer, and then I make my own chamomile tea. I don't use tea bags, because the tea bags in which your tea is plastic, and it is creating a lot of problem. Usually, if you give a lot of thought why after drinking the tea, you will also realize that tea doesn't taste really good. The tea plastics are really problem. Yeah, we are getting used to so much. I really tell you, like, it has become so easy to go things now. I recently went to a conference. They were actually giving those plastic Bisleri ki 200 250 ml ki choti choti bottles आती ना, which we usually see in the event at conferences, at the wedding, everywhere there are these small bottles. People were drinking just one sip and just throwing away the bottles, and you're not understanding the impact that these bottles are creating. I don't call for mineral water at restaurants. I tell them to serve me regular water. At some restaurants, I've heard them say we don't have regular water. Then I ask them, what do you drink? Do you also open those Bisleri bottles of mineral? You open the Bisleri water for yourself? They say, no, we have Aroka water. Then I say, please bring that water for me. I am not going to drink from the plastic bottle, because this is creating a lot of problems in our own health. People are, there is this hypothesis as well. It's not just trans fats that are creating blockages in your veins and arteries. Microplastics are also being deposited on your arteries. So heart blockages that we always talk about because of cholesterol, trans fats, could not be just consisting of trans fats and cholesterol. It could be because of microplastics. Every other day we hear a story of people, like young people. I recently heard 25-year-old boy passed away while teaching. He was a teacher. He used to teach at a chemistry college, and he was teaching and he just collapsed. So that it was a heart arrest, but heart arrest could be because of anything, and microplastic could be one of the reasons. And we could usually change all of these. We are getting so used to plastic spoons, drink tea in plastic cups, time to carry our own. Yes, Preeti, I really, and when we usually think, Arey, I used to think when my friend first gifted me this, the spoons and the spoon and the straw that I'm telling you, was one time like I got on my 20th birthday, she gifted me this. Like it's been 13 years back, she had given me these crockery things. एंड मैं जब अपने साथ लेके जाती थी आई टू थिंक यार मैं निकालूंगी ना तो सब हंसेंगे मेरे ऊपर पीपल विल स्टार्ट लाफिंग ऑन मी बट देन you won't believe when I first time took it out, people were actually praising me. Wow, you are so like we usually think people will start laughing, but change starts from you. And don't think what are people gonna think. Let them think. They are not taking care of your health, but you are health conscious. You can take these conscious efforts. Uh, Thirdly, जितना हो सके उतना avoid calling food at home. No ordering food from Zomato and Swiggy. The black color boxes that come, they have highest amount of microplastics. And food is when food is hot and it goes like when you pour hot food in that black plastic, the microplastics are very easily can easily enter into the food because warm food can take anything. We usually say warm food is better for immunity. Yeah, thermophilic, thermophobic organisms cannot touch your food. Microbiologically, it's very healthy, but then when it's poured in a plastic thing, we usually say ना कि plastic में गरम खाना नहीं लेना चाहिए क्योंकि plastic will melt or something. Microplastics will get into the food, so avoid calling ordered food at home. uh, what my friend does is if she wants to order some food, she doesn't order, she goes to pick up food and she takes containers from home. I have stopped ordering food. I've deleted Zomato, Swiggy from my, but I don't go and bring food. I go once or like fortnightly to have food outside and enjoy my dinner and have fun. So yeah, you can make your own ways of ordering food if you want. You can pick it up from while on your way or from office, or you can eat at home. You can eat at the restaurant and enjoy, but avoid ordering food home. Avoid ordering vegetables in plastic bags. Carry a cloth bag with you and get food get food in your cloth bag by going yourself. Go get a little extra for the whole week, but then don't get the vegetables in your bags. I am also consciously making this change. From the time I've come to Bombay, Bombay mein Zomato, Swiggy, Genie, Zepto, Porter has become so easy that even I am not able to cut down on the plastic usage that I do. Today only it was raining so much that I couldn't get down and get the vegetables. I had to order on WhatsApp, and you won't believe all my vegetables came in different plastic bags, and I have 18 plastic bags at home. So I am not hyping here. I am not I am not saying कि मैंने भी completely plastic बंद कर दिया है. I am not trying to be a hypocrite here. I am myself saying कि I am also being a conscious person to change the plastic scenario at my home in my life. But because I want to encourage you all as well, because the little changes in the routine life I have made, I have seen a lot of changes in myself. If you go and see my Instagram, my official Instagram, healthitude_official, you'll see my before and after picture. 3 years back, I was about to touch being a dietitian, I was about to touch a 3-digit number on the scale because I have had a lot of problems. I know excuses, but COVID was really bad for me mentally, physically, biologically, everything. I have had, I was, I have had COVID because of which my stamina went down. Then COVID में we actually did a lot of like, as I said, I was surrounded by plastic. Plastic could be one of the reasons because of which my hormones got really bad. I had very 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 bad symptoms of PMS, not PMDD but PMS, premenstrual syndrome. 3 days before my periods I used to go crazy. I used to shout on everyone. I used to do all of this was actually taking a toll on me. And then I consciously, in 2022, I consciously started making changes. I brought in small things, and I not only changed, like, not only consciously started plastic free living, but also made different changes in my routine, in my diet. And I have got down to 75 kgs. And I'm still working out on myself. But changing a few things where plastic can, like we can say no to plastic, has made a lot of changes in my life. And so I want to encourage you as well to take at least one thing this July, which you can take throughout the 2025 in the next 6 months, which will help you enter in a better condition in 2026. So with this, I open the forum for questions. If you have any, if I know the answers, I would tell you. But if I don't, I will get back to you. From like talking to people who are consciously living and knowing a few scientists who are doing various studies on microplastics.
Thank you so much, Malvika. That was really informative, and I think the tips were also great. And I think we have one question in the chat to start with. So the question is, raw vegetables, you mentioned that don't buy them in plastic bags or don't carry them in plastic bags. So does that affect them even after they're cooked?
Yeah,
Because, yeah.
that's what I said. Now, when they are cooked, they are hot. When put in those black and white containers that you get in plastic, those the plastic that you take away, black and white. But then if you have Tupperware plastic boxes, which are those plastic things, the reusable plastic boxes are still better. But
But what about when we're buying raw vegetables and
they
carrying them?
yeah, they should be put in they should not be put in plastic bags. They should be
Okay.
in your cloth bags. That's what I was telling. Or if you have paper bags, that will also work, but paper bags get wet very fast. So,
Hmm.
plastic bottles mein pani is the worst thing one can do, especially the single-use plastic, that the Bisleri bottles, the other the Coke bottles and everything that we get. Those are not good. You can use those big, a little more, the little costlier side wale jo plastic bottles hai. They are though not the best. Best is clay bottles and copper bottles. Even glass is being said that they have, but we don't know 100%. But if you have Tupperware bottle, or if you have a little Milton bottles, that are anytime better than the Bisleri bottle.
So the single-use plastic bottle that we get, which are disposable or you find at conferences, that's the worst kind.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
I had once actually written to one of the hotels to, I did not get a reply though, but then I really keep mailing a few things I really want to do in various places when it comes to health. So I'd written to the hotel to not keep these bottles at the conferences or any other functions that they have at the wedding or anything. So those things are yet to actually be implemented, but yeah.
So even with tiffin boxes or other boxes, I think even when they're made of glass, same with glass bottles, the lids are still made of plastic, and so it's not entirely free of
So,
plastic.
yeah, that's what I'm saying now. We are so ingrained into plastic. It's so difficult to actually get away from plastic. A single person ki life mein what plastic is impacting, to talk about that also is very difficult. But we have to make some conscious changes in our life, and you know so basically pura plastic ka, rather than having a tiffin which is full of plastic, only the lid is plastic. So you're reducing the plastic usage in your.
That's true. And also, so I've been reading up about this a little bit. Can you tell us more about endocrine disrupting chemicals, which are also found in some of our like cosmetics and other products?
Yes, that was a nice question. There are three chemicals in our plastics, okay, which is BPA, phthalates, and PFAs. These three create a lot of problems. They are like BPA though is something which mimics estrogen. That is the thing that I've been saying. Estrogen is one of those hormones which is very important. I am also I am into women health. I just am passionate about a lot, like, about women health in all the phases. So I see a lot of patients with going through perimenopause and menopause, and because estrogen reduces during perimenopause and menopause, they go through a lot of problems, like, so estrogen and everything is estrogen, and estrogen mimicking is the bias. It is endocrine disruption. It is called as BPA is bisphenol A. It mimics estrogen and binds to estrogen receptors, disrupting natural hormoning. And ये हमारे ना कॉस्मेटिक्स में भी होता है, क्रीम्स में यूजुअली बोलते हैं, क्रीम्स में, शैम्पूज में. So nowadays people actually, if you, one of my hairdresser back in Nagpur was telling me, do not go for go for the shampoo which says BPA free. So yeah, BPA free, sulfates free, phthalates free. Phthalate is another one of the chemicals which is there in plastic, as well as various in our cosmetics like face wash and shampoo. It is actually used for the jhag, the face that we make, that is made. So usually these things should not be there. So, and even the plastic bottles that are used for the tubes that are, I have not gone into talking about those tubes and shampoo bottles and everything, because I am not someone who is stopped using cosmetics. I Those are also a lot of, they are also creating a lot of problems. They also, these bot the so we get the hair botox, hair keratin, hair straightening. The bottles where in which these products are put, they also add in the microplastics in these products. So when आप आपके बाल स्ट्रेट करवा रहे हो, केराटिन ट्रीटमेंट करवा रहे हो, तो आप वो प्रोडक्ट तो आपके बालों में लगवा रहे हो, but that product contains microplastics, and you're just getting. So this has also created a lot of problems, but because it creates a lot of problem, but I get it done. I recently got my like, it's been 6 months I got my hair botox done. So I don't talk about things which I myself has not got stopped using or something like that. So I did not touch the cosmetics part, because I use lipstick as well, I use lip balm as well. So yeah.
Okay. Feel free to speak up if anyone has any questions, or you can
Yeah,
also
and
put
I
them in
would
the
really
chat.
like to know if you people. So basically, this was an interactive session. I'm not some really big expert in plastic free, but July really makes me like you. July makes give me that twitch कि चलो यार कुछ तो करते हैं. And because recently the studies are in hormones, and I am very much in women health, I wanted to bring out this topic and make you really understand. Um, okay, so basically, microplastics are only very, very, very small in number, very small in size. So they can actually penetrate through your this also, scalp also. Okay, so when they can actually penetrate through your scalp, or they can touch, they can go through the skin as well. आप hair wash करेंगे, आपके skin पे microplastics से touch हो रहा है, तो they can enter from anywhere. So also, if you guys have lived plastic free, like, what all what all you have known, if you have any ideas what more we could do, what is one thing we could make changes apart from what I've told, which are easy to start with. You guys can start your mic and talk. So we could, like, I really think if we all get together, next time we could do a plastic free challenge wherein, we can actually we can make a group and we can tell people, like, chalo, we are doing a challenge from today. We are not going to use plastic bottles. And we can actually, so we are a group. Let's interact.
But I think
But
the key takeaway is use more of steel and glass in kitchen.
yeah, use any metal except for plastic. So, Preeti, one takeaway that you took from today's session.
Trying each day to use less plastic. And I think I'll carry one spoon, sort of fork. So where I'm eating something, I'll not use a plastic spoon.
That is so good, so good. I really want you to do that. Please do. Okay. Okay, Sana.
So I'm just still figuring out how to get rid of plastics in my kitchen pantry because most of my grocery items I've been storing are those PET bottles, which are still, I feel guilty using them, but for the sake of making them feel light because I'm not used to carrying heavy weights, nor do I feel comfortable. So I'm wondering how to get rid of that part in my kitchen. So I'll work towards using glass bottles which are lightweight or transferring them. Maybe that is something which I can look forward to.
Right. All the best. All the best. There are some steel bottles also which could be kept in
Okay.
the fridge with a small, it's a small opening as a kuch to.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
check out and yeah.
Sure. Thank
Uh,
you.
my pleasure. Jyoti, if you're there, Reshma. I have no people, like I have a list of people in front of me. I'm just taking the next name. Yes, Reshma.
Yeah, hello. Actually, it's been a very insightful session. Actually, I've also been trying to reduce plastics, like even during our menstrual cycle and all. But the only problem I face towards is like the reduction of pads because like this menstrual cup stigma and all, it's like very somehow it's very scary. Like even like my college mates or anyone, they're really scared to try it. And even I personally, I'm like not even able to try it yet, like to give up the plastic usage of pads. But another alternative that I took is like what I've used in my daily life is I used to use a lot of straws, like to avoid staining my teeth or something. So now I have opted for glass straws in my home, so I'm using them. But yeah, the pads usage and all, I don't think I can still get into it. I'm trying to take that fear out, but yeah.
There are some sanitary wares which are, I use menstrual cup, but then before switching to menstrual cup, I used to use those biodegradable eco-with sanitary napkins. You are there in the Heal Cycle community. I can share a
Yeah,
few.
I
I will share a few links with Ananya. She'll let you know
Yes.
which
Yeah.
category. So before you switch to menstrual cup, you can actually change the pads that you use.
Yeah, there are now some eco-friendly pad options or completely biodegradable ones or period panties, which are still more comfortable, so you don't have that additional fear of using a menstrual cup.
Yeah. There are cloth pads as well
Yeah.
if you're okay with washing them. I used to EcoFem, I used for 6-7 months, but then they become very difficult to travel because not everywhere you can travel and you cannot carry because because of the hygiene things and everything. So then I switched to these biodegradable bags. So,
So
yeah,
honestly, I'm very happy we are
yeah,
covering all these important topics. Sorry, Reshma. So I recently switched to menstrual cups, and yes, it was quite daunting. Just sharing this for those who want to switch over. So I've always been having all these thoughts in mind that it's going to cause internal pressure or it's going to affect my health in one or the other way. But trust me, it's pretty good, and I've taken inspiration from our very own country, like in the state of Kerala. Like in one particular village, all the women have been, they have been trained how to use it, and they know the benefits of it. So if they could do it in a village, why not? As we are educated and um, it's pretty much eco-friendly, and I'm very thankful that I switched over. Like Malvika suggested, yes. I've also been trying the cloth, reusable cloth pads from the brand Avni, and it's been pretty well. Since 1 year, I've been reusing them, and they give 4 different sizes, and I think all of them have come very, very useful to me. Thank you.
And how about the takeaway glasses, Reshma? You don't drink coffee outside in the cafe?
Like not much. I've actually stopped drinking coffee because it gives me like when I used to stay in my school, like 11th and 12th phase, when I was in the studies phase, I used to drink a lot of coffee, whether it is for seeming cool or it being like a thing like Starbucks is so cool, something like that. But later I stopped it because it causes a lot of headaches, and even I used to get more dehydrated because of it. And I found out like I used to get like that sudden spin when I get up due to iron deficiency as well as this coffee thing. So I've stopped coffee since it's been a whole year or something. So yeah.
So that's so good. That is one of those health the stand that you have taken for yourself. That's amazing. Now you would try the biodegradable pads. That will also help you. And then later you can switch to. You can connect with some of the other gynac in your area, or we can do a one-to-one. I can actually help you how to. But online you cannot actually understand very well how to use a menstrual cup. But if you need any help, and if you're really open to changing to menstrual cup, I can help you. On your fourth or fifth day, when the flow is less, you can start trying on those days, and then later you can switch to complete 5 to 6 days of menstrual cup. That is how I started my journey in the menstrual cup.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Think about it, but it still looks so
Yeah,
scary.
I can
It's
understand.
not scary. Honestly, yes, it looks scary, but it is not. Once you start trying it, yes, there will be a few days where you need to use pads underneath in the initial few days to make sure, yeah, you're safe. But once you are at it, like it takes 1 or 2 months to try and see the best way it fits in you. That's how it is. So try 1 or 2 different brands which you feel are comfortable. I think you will get used to at least one of them.
So
Sure.
Sandeep, hi Sandeep. What is one takeaway you took from the session, and what are you going to do from like? You are on mute, Sandeep. If you could unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
Actually, actually, I'm just about listening your session. Like using from Zomato, we ordered from Zomato, and we use that plastic. They carry everything in the plastic cups and plastic bags. I think we should avoid using that, and we should. You said, as you said, कि we should go to that places and we should buy us instead of ordering from Zomato or something. But the thing is, if we are ordering from the far away, then they can use that cutlery. They can't use anything like except the plastics. So I think there is the problem. But yes, we can avoid that. Actually, the thing is nowadays, 10 rupees, Lahori lemon and jeera, lemon jeera is trending nowadays in the plastic bottles. So I think they should also be avoided because it also contains the microplastic, which people use nowadays. It's because of cost effective and easy to carry. People are using it frequently.
Plastic is very cheap when
Yeah.
you compare to. So basically, it's as I always say, it is easy said than done. If you actually think of starting your own pani puri ka thela, if
Yes.
you go and buy steel ki bowls to give pani puri, and if you think of giving that paper cups in which we actually get pani puri, you will
Yes.
see there is so much of difference. Like getting 10 steel bowls for your thela will be so much costlier than 100 ka 3 packets. Like 100 bowls, वो 100 पेपर बोल्स का जो धोने का पैकेट आता है उससे ज्यादा आपको 10 स्टील की प्लेट्स लग जाएगी. So
Yes.
from the business point of view, they will always use plastic. There are no ways we can reduce plastic, but then for our own health, we have to avoid all of it.
Ashwin, you want to please get up?
I usually say
It's
people,
9:56. Okay.
I tell people
Four
that
more minutes for you.
you drink alcohol, because alcohol comes in glass bottles, rather than actually going for cold drinks like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, because it comes in plastic.
Yes, yes. Or oh, that's sanitary pads also. Actually, we are using it daily, like in a month when we got periods even. So I think that also contains the microplastics and it will affect. But nowadays I use some of the not a organic brand, but I don't know about more about the organic brands that are using that are reusable or something. I just know a few, but I do not use now because I think it is not available in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities easily, that you know that the organic pads that you are talking about, I think it's not available easily in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. People are not even aware of that.
So that I can understand. That is the reason we need to raise awareness. That is the
Yes.
reason I did this session, to create awareness and start the topic, so that tomorrow if you meet somebody from tier 2, tier 3 city, you will talk. That I attended this session. They told me ki, even though I am not 100% consciously living plastic free, I wanted to put that seed into your mind that even you can start somewhere, and you
Hmm.
can actually now start putting seeds in people with whom you are in contact. Now you know that there are organic, biodegradable, eco-friendly sanitary napkins, even though you live in a tier 2, tier 3 city. Now you will look out if you look out in your cities if you get, and if you get, you will tell at least one person in your contact, and that is how we are going to create an aware society, and we are going to reduce our problems ourselves. We are going to
Yes.
better our hormones through this, right? We are
Yes.
creating a future for ourselves, if not for the environment or for the earth or for the people, for the animals and the ecosystem that we are living in. At least we're living for ourselves.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, going ahead, Shilpi.
Yeah, just yeah, that's topic you have chosen for today because I was also thinking about plastics making interfering in our lifestyle, and you have discussion is very
Shilpi,
relevant.
you are
It's not
we are
audible.
not able to. No, we are.
Is it now?
You can
Is it
actually
better now?
switch off your camera.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yeah, now it is better.
Okay. So just want to say that taking this topic is quite relevant because, on and off, I think everybody thinks about plastic interfering in a lifestyle, but we hardly do anything. We're so tied up with all our responsibilities, we're just running around the day, just thinking and not doing anything. So quite good topic, and bringing our focus back to it is very good. I just want to know that I have got a lot of plastic in home in which I store my vegetables, then I store my pulses. So is there any way I can know that whether this plastic correct or not? Because totally removing all the plastic from home is also not. So how to determine which plastic is okay and which is not?
So see, basically the containers, the dabbe you get at various supermarkets, they are better than the plastic you get in, like just chocolate. So basically, there was a time when when at my place there were three different bottles in which we had got Kit Kat Munch, those plastic single use plastic which are very thin, and you usually see at various bakeries wherein they have small toffees like eclair and coffee bite. Those very thin bottles are very bad. If you have
Honey,
plastic
I'm not
bottles with
talking
good,
about. Let me say, see, I'm talking about the containers which we get online also in supermarkets.
yeah.
Those
So see,
kind of plastics.
plastic. If you have bought a 1,500 rupees plastic container, even that is bad. But bad in the sense not as bad as the free plastic container you got from a bakery. So if you
Okay.
have those containers, they are good, which can be used again and again. But from
Mhm.
now on, if you buy any container, look for a metal container if you can. You don't have to remove
Okay.
all the plastic from your house today only, because you don't have to. And so basically, once you take out all the plastic and throw it out, though that plastic is not recyclable. That plastic will go in
Mm.
the water and it will create further environmental problems. So don't go
Right.
out today and throw all the plastic outside, because it will create a lot of problems in the environment. But make conscious choices that furthermore a plastic खरीदे ना आपके घर के लिए. That was what my
Right. Actually, plastic एक बहुत advantage होता है कि it is see through. So you know what is stored. You don't have to open it to know what is
food
stored
buy
inside.
and
It's
understand. Yeah, I get
difficult
it.
to get a
Totally
replacement of
understand.
plastic. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Malvika.
We have now we come to Ananya. Ananya, what was one takeaway? You are from, like, are you in India or you are out?
No, I'm here. I'm in India.
Okay, so what are the? So I think you're from Delhi.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Delhi, I have seen a lot of plastic pollution. How are you? Like, what takeaways will you take, and how are you going to?
Yeah, I think
Already doing, coming from there, UK, mein, there are people who are actually aware of the plastic problems that we have. How are you dealing with it?
trying to avoid single-use plastics, as you said, like those disposable bottles that we see in events and conferences, and or even airports, flights, then I usually tend to carry them back or drink from them even later on. So I think avoiding that is something I will definitely keep in mind. And then also what we discussed about even in the products that we use, like I've started looking for those labels, BPA free, free of like phthalates and sulfates and all of that. It does feel a little weird because, as you said, phthalates are the ingredient that is responsible for the foam. So we are used to having foam in our shampoo, but actually it shouldn't be like there shouldn't be so much of it. So phthalate and sulfate free and so on. So I think those are some steps that I would take.
That was amazing, Ananya. Keep spreading all the good things that you are doing. Okay, and make sure that you keep spreading all of these good things all around the community. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share what I really wanted to spread. I hope you really take one point, as you all said, and start doing. I know it is not going to be perfect, but even if you start 1%, you will reach at 100% very soon. And everyone's like this movie I recently saw, Sitare Zameen Par, सबका अपना अपना normal अलग होता है. So whatever you do, you are doing 100% perfectly. So keep doing and keep spreading all the good things that we really listen to. And yeah, let's keep in touch and see you again. I really like doing things in women health. See you again in next other webinar soon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Malvika.
Bye.